It's been over 2 years since I last touched on an Australian TV show, and that's for good reason. They're all shit. And border security is no different. Each episode is the same as the last. There's an Asian man trying to bring a live lobster into the country through his carry-on. There's an Aussie girl trying to smuggle drugs into another country with a boogie board. Random checks where they've been inspired by this scene from Family Guy, where they spend an hour trying to drum it up for drama, and they find nothing. And of course, one of my favourite recurring segments, the border security trying to explain to someone who doesn't speak English that they've filled their form out wrong. Now on paper it sounds quite boring, but it's actually quite the opposite. Despite being such a simple and dumb premise for a TV show, it's actually very entertaining. So in this video we'll be going through some of the recurring segments in border security, the types of people that you'll find on the TV show, and of course some of the greatest moments in border security history.
My cat very hungry.
Meow, meow, meow. What time do you have to feed your cat?
My cat hungry.
Meow, meow, meow.
Now this video is obviously very long overdue, so like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Now first off we'll start off with, of course, the Asians coming in with seafood in their carry-on. Now I personally can't understand why this is such an issue, unless of course it's stinking out the whole cabin of the airplane, but it seems to be a recurring segment in literally every episode, such as these two Vietnamese women who got caught smuggling live crabs in their suitcase. Then we've got this guy here who got caught with 150 grams of live worms in his suitcase, this woman who got caught with a suitcase full of maggots, and all sorts of other just weird wacky shit that I don't even know how they managed to get it onto the plane in the first place. Now me personally, I admire the hustle here. I'm sure there's some biohazard when it comes to bringing in any sort of animal or live fish or whatever from another country into Australia, but I think if they've made it that far, you may as well just let them go. Now the reason that these sort of things make it onto the border security TV show, I assume, is because anything bigger like commercial smuggling or importing you know, the real big crimes, I guess they're too caught up in legal issues and not allowed to be put on TV for our entertainment. So that's why they just put these minor offences like smuggling in a live fish or a suitcase full of maggots. Now next up, of course, you got the people smuggling in drugs. As I just mentioned, the big quantities and the big players aren't the ones that end up on border security. It's more the party crowd that get caught with a few traces of the substances on their luggage and then get in deep shit. Now one of the best related incidents on this TV show was when they asked this man if he'd had any drugs with him, and this was his response.
Have you touched any drugs?
I don't understand.
Any heroin, cocaine?
Cocaine?
Yeah, have you been in touch with
Ooh,
anything?
no.
Now obviously didn't quite understand the question at the start, but with a response like this, it's no wonder he got searched. The next thing you'll see a lot of on the border security TV show is people absolutely losing their shit. I mean, can you really blame them? You've just returned from the country, which is usually a minimum 4-hour flight because Australia is so far away from everything. Then you get to spend the next hour with some guy with the personality of a whiteboard going through all of your luggage trying to find something to get you in trouble for. Now while I was researching clips for this video, I found this video on YouTube, full of the wildest passenger crash outs at the border, and it goes for 56 minutes. So I think it'd be rude not to include some of them at this point, so that you guys can get the gist of it. Now I'll be honest, I couldn't be bothered sitting through 56 minutes of this video, so I did what I usually do to find clips for these videos, typed in a few buzzwords into TikTok and doom scrolled for the next half an hour, and this is what I came up with. Now first up, of course, we got the clip of the man that I just showed, which is this dude here, who got pulled up on his return to Sydney because last time he returned to Sydney he had on him.
So we have a passenger that has flown from Hong Kong. He has previously imported narcotics into Australia.
Now look, I don't know if they had him in the system already, which I assume they probably would have, or if you had admitted it to him, but sometimes it's better to just keep your mouth shut.
But before they get any further, the passenger explodes.
All the time they do it like that to me. Looking the paper like this. And another side, 100, 200, maybe million kilos, they bring them. Okay, if you think it's in there, go check it, take it. How many hours I was in the airplane, and how many hours you want to check every little thing of me? Check it. Check it.
We will.
Don't talk to me, check it.
Now the best thing about this guy is that he absolutely went crazy, yelling, screaming, abusing everyone around him. But at the end of the day, he is a convicted criminal, so what does he expect? It's just funny seeing him going from real angry to pretty calm, and watching the border security try to explain to him why he got pulled up in the first place, as if it wasn't just common sense. Now next up we got the Lebanese nut thrower, and I apologise for this horrendous quality clip, but this is the only one I could find of it. Now this man was pulled up by the border security for having a packet of nuts in his suitcase, and he didn't declare him because he didn't know that they were in there because his wife put him in there. And after clarifying what species he is
I'm a human,
and threatening to nut on his wife's face,
and believe me now, I want to protect it. Hi.
Well, please don't do that.
The border security officer decided not to fine him, but the cortisol had already been spiked. So while he was off the hook, his wife wasn't.
So now he is free to leave with his bag of nuts. But in the arrivals area...
Anyway, moving on. Next up, we've got this lady who got caught with a suitcase full of fruit, then started to crash out on the border security officers when she got caught, throwing stuff everywhere, yelling and screaming. And then the cherry on top is when she decided to make a dash for it. Now, I couldn't find the outcome of what happened here, but you can't really just do that at a customs office. Now, next up, we'll be talking about the random searches. Now, me personally, I'm starting to think that these random searches aren't actually that random. Because you see, when these border security agents see someone clearly affected by a substance or acting like a complete nutter, they can't just walk up to them and accuse them of being high as a kite. So, of course, they have to tell them it's just a random search. You wouldn't believe it. Now, I've got two examples of this that we'll go through right now, and the first one, of course, is this woman. Now, she arrived in Australia from New Zealand and was clearly under the influence of alcohol. So, of course, she got carted off for a random check, and here are some of the highlights.
Have a few drinks?
More than that.
Yeah.
Had a kiss, had a cuddle, and the rest.
Too much detail.
Why you ask?
So when did you have your last drink?
Last year.
Was it last night or last year?
Stop being nosy. See, you guys are trying to give me a conviction. I'm telling you now. Ever since I stepped off that plane, the Virgin Mary plane, it started, and it's not ending.
Okay. Do you reckon this is going to come back positive? Do you know what it's for?
Kiss it.
I'm not kissing it.
Now, fairly unsurprisingly, they instantly tried to swab all of her luggage for but she was clean as a whistle, and the only substance she was high on was life. Now, the Bob Marley shirt that they found in her luggage didn't exactly help with the accusations, but in the end, all she was guilty of was having a drink. And my favourite part of this whole segment has to be this part here.
I can't wait. I want a beer.
You want a beer? You just told me you hadn't drunk for a year.
I was bullshitting like you do. You don't tell me the truth, I'm not telling you the truth.
What a legend. Now, next up, we've got Sleeping Beauty from the land of the free and the home of the brave. Now, this man here was also pulled in for a random check because, well, just have a look here.
I guess, drugs are a high, what the hell? Commodity in, Australia.
Today, Junior?
Now, I thought the American accent couldn't get more annoying, but it turns out all you have to do is put it in slow motion or take a whole bunch of muscle relaxers like this guy here. Now, obviously they checked his luggage and, well, the test came back to basically all of the above. Now, of course, he denied any use of the Colombian marching powder, but let's be honest, that's what he needed right now. And with the test coming back positive, revealing a possible Chappelle Corby situation, they put his surfboard through the X-ray machine. Now, as the interview goes on, you slowly see Rusty become more and more, let's say, inebriated, and it eventually gets to the point where he completely falls asleep. Now, spoiler alert, it was only muscle relaxant, so it was nothing too serious, but here are some of the highlights.
You're going through my shit like I'm, you know, some convict. Who do you think I am? I came here on a surf trip. You're searching through every single one of my items like I'm a known dealer. Who are you? What are you? Who are these people? You know, they treat me like I'm some drug warlord criminal, and it's absolutely preposterous.
Do you use cocaine?
What?
Have you used cocaine recently?
Hell no.
Cocaine. Oh, no.
What's your name, Rusty?
Just
Now, I think I've spent enough time talking about the idiots that end up on this TV show. There's a couple things we've got to get into before the end of the video. You see, while it is 90% of the show, it's not all about these idiots. They also sometimes include a segment where they go through cargo planes and show us all the crap that tries to get smuggled through them. And then sometimes we even get to go out on the boat and they intercept people trying to smuggle shit in, illegally fish, and all other sorts of marine crimes. But of course, it's nowhere near as interesting as a man getting caught with a suitcase full of maggots. There is one centerpiece to every segment of this show, and that of course is the border security officers themselves. Now, no hate against these people, they're just doing their job, but they just seem like the most boring people to ever exist. Completely stick to the rules, barely crack a joke, but at the end of the day, they're here to be border security officers, not stand-up comedians. So that's hardly a criticism, especially coming from someone like me, who provides close to zero benefit to the entire world. But with that being said, you'd hate to be stuck at one of their Christmas parties. Unless, of course, the guy with the keys to the evidence room got invited. Now, that'd be a white Christmas. And with that being said, that's basically every base list covered. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy one of these too. I'll see all of you guys in the next one.